Everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Now, I know it's been about a week since we put out any content. I do apologize. I was busy. I was out in Philly. I was gone for the whole week out of state. Just unavoidable, but obviously, a lot of great comics came out. And one of those comics was the All-In Special. Not necessarily a reboot, not anything of that nature, just taking us to another universe. A universe where we get a clean slate. Now, Earth Zero, they refer to this world as the Alpha World, as Elseworld. And in the All-In Special, we got a great glimpse of what this looks like. Most notably is Darkseid. Darkseid found a universe. He found an Earth and made it his own. And when the heroes of Earth Zero, they send in Booster Gold to find out what's going on, it's already too late for him. Darkseid has already amassed an army, his Legion, and that is what takes us to today's video. Absolute Batman. A brand new Batman from Scott Snyder. A whole new origin story, a whole new look, and I'm telling you guys, this is looking to be one hell of a Batman story. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we pick up in Gotham. We pick up with a man who is just now returning back to Gotham, a city that he barely recognizes anymore. This individual is Alfred Pennyworth. On this world, he's no butler, he's an operative. He runs missions all over the world, and today his mission brings him to Gotham. And so when he picks up some of his favorites, he locks up his bike and heads inside. He does his retinal scan, and it opens up to a bedroom with an entire arsenal in it. And in this moment, Alfred attempts to contact his daughter, one that wants nothing to do with him. We can see that this is a broken and torn relationship, but when he's done with this phone call, it's back to work. He signs into his computer, and this is where he is given orders. In the past 3 months, a gang known as the Party Animals. They have been sowing chaos, butchering citizens, raising the murder rate by 700%. Yesterday, they torched a daycare. They danced outside while 32 were burned alive. But his assignment is strictly surveillance, to gather information on the Party Animals but do not engage. Also, getting intel that there is another player in town, one that they've only caught glimpses of, but he seems to be circling the gang as well. That if he gets too close, Alfred is authorized to engage him. And so Pennyworth heads off to do his mission, which is going to be a little bit harder for him to do, considering his motorcycle out front did get stolen. A great welcome back to Gotham for Alfred Pennyworth. This is what takes us to Croc's gym. We pick up with Bruce Wayne, and we see that Bruce Wayne is no joke. This man is a fighter. He is aggressive. He's got the strength of a freaking rhino. While he punches this bag, he reminisces of a past time when he was a child at the zoo. He was there with his class, his teacher also happening to be his father. And so while they discussed the idea of captivity, there was a blam, a gunshot. And in his frustration, in his anger, he breaks the bag. The sand falls out of the punching bag, and Croc lets him know that you're going to be paying for that. Because Waylon, Bruce Wayne, the Penguin, all of these guys are friends. More than that, they are childhood friends. Eddie, Harvey, Oz, Selina, all of them grew up in Crime Alley. They grew up together. They grew up hard, but they don't appear to be the villainous individuals or even the heroes that we know them to be. Right now, the biggest threat that they are currently facing is the Party Animals. It's endangering everybody. Mayor Jim Gordon plans to have a town hall meeting and discuss what they're going to do about it. Now, Waylon's trying to figure out what's going on with Bruce. He's been acting a little differently lately, doesn't seem too intrigued in what's going on. And though he tries to poke and prod and get some information, he doesn't really get anything out of him. This is what takes us to a yacht. The Falcone and the Maroney heads. They are here to talk to the guy in charge of these Party Animals. Really, what the head of these families are letting these guys know is that you're going to leave. That this is our territory. We're not going to sit by and watch what you do any longer. Unfortunately, the Party Animals had other plans. Without hesitation, the Party Animals absolutely murder these dudes on the spot. Mr. Maroney, Mr. Falcone, they're taken off the board. This is what takes us to Jim Gordon and the town hall meeting. Obviously, the city is outraged. The city sees him as failing. And while everybody airs their grievances more or less yelling at Jim Gordon, up on a rooftop nearby, we have Alfred Pennyworth, armed to the teeth but simply observing. And what he observes is that Party Animals are preparing to storm the city hall. Pennyworth being reminded that his only mission is to observe. So these guys come in, they break down the door, and they start opening fire with their AKs. Immediately taking shot at Jim Gordon. It seems like he gets hit. Dropping to the ground, his daughter, a cop, Barbara Gordon, rushing over to his side. But as the Party Animals get ready to go in further to shoot everybody up, something grabs hold of him. The door slams shut. Now the cops have no idea what's going on. And when Barbara peeps her head outside, a masked man says, "Whatever you hear, do not open this door." And then he turns on the Party Animals. They open fire on him, but all the bullets just ping right off. He drops his black smoke and he descends. This is where we get our first glimpse of absolute Batman. A dude jacked like freaking Bane, but with the acrobatic ability of Nightwing. He takes out the first couple of guys. No problem. Alfred just observing. His command wanting to know what's going on. And Alfred seems a little hesitant to let them know what's happening. He wants to see what this guy can do. As a horde of Party Animals make their way up the stairs, they charge at him and Batman reaches for his ears. He pulls on them and knives come out. Almost batterings, if you will. As Alfred observes, this guy is no joke. He's fast, he's steady, he's focused. He knows how to use knives. He's stabbing people, but he's not hitting any arteries. He's taking these guys down, but he's doing so without killing them. But Alfred also knows that this is kind of a message being sent out. He's doing this intentionally. He's making bones crack, make them shatter, making so everyone can hear it. He is instilling that fear in them. He is letting Gotham know Batman has arrived. As more begin to come at him, a burly man wielding a butcher knife charges at Batman. Batman dropping out what appears to be a damn near battle axe. He slices this dude's hand off. A clean cut, letting the man know that he's hurt. You can sew that back on. That there's a hospital nearby. You can hurry, but you gotta run now. And then he turns to the others and lets them know that you better get out of my way. As they flee, he detonates. A bomb goes off, and we see these guys concussed or severely messed up. After he's already taken everybody out, that's when Alfred goes in. Bodies all over the place, people groaning, trying to get up. And then he comes up on the man. He comes up on the masked vigilante. He tells him not to move. He holds a shotgun directly to Batman's head, but Batman kicks him, grabs the shotgun, and he's out of here before Alfred even knows what happened. After this encounter, Alfred decided he's gonna do some research. The next day, everybody's talking about this Batman. It didn't take long for Alfred to figure out that this Batman was Bruce Wayne. Now, he hit his tracks well. It's easy to do when you're no one. A 24-year-old guy. Mom is a social worker, dad was a teacher. A kid that grew up in Crime Alley. High friends in low places and a tight group. He's also smart, near genius level. In 5th grade, he had won an engineering competition creating a mobile collapsible bridge that helped people get aid when they're hit by all the kids into the bat enclosure. He shoved all of them in, closed the door, and the last thing he said to his son was that whatever you hear, do not open this door. And that was the day the Bat was born. He finds himself. Something inspires him. He goes to school, gets a scholarship. He studied applied mechanics, chemistry, criminal psychology, military theory, social culture history, everything to prepare him for his return home. He sets up in Gotham. He works in the power grid, the water department, sanitation. He begins to learn his city, the body, the brains, every part of Gotham, until it becomes full circle, and he becomes an engineer, creating, building, even fixing the very things that he may have broke the night before. But his biggest weakness will be his mother. Bruce's mother is still alive. We see him going up to her, having a conversation with her, and Alfred thinks to himself that he could do it right here, right now. He could take Bruce off the table and be done with it. But that's when he gets a text message from his daughter, and that sentiment alone stays his hand. At the end of the day, this kid is just that. He's a 24-year-old kid. Picking up much later, we pick up with Bruce Wayne at the top of a tower, going over everything he knows about the party animals. He hears a noise. It's Alfred Pennyworth. He's tracked him to the tops of these buildings. All the top floors owned by companies and oligarchs who never use them, just hollow investments. Alfred is letting him know that I'm closing you down. This is when Batman turns on him, cocks the shotgun that he stole from Alfred, points it directly at him, and Alfred tells him that you're gonna give me the gun because you're not a killer. But Batman pulls the trigger. He blasts Alfred right in the freaking face. And then Batman takes off. He takes off on Alfred's motorcycle. Few things happen very fast that Alfred had to figure out. First, he realized that he modified that shotgun to be non-lethal. And then Batman threw the gun at his side, telling him more or less to keep it. And then third, he hears the roar of his own damn motorcycle. He drives that motorcycle out the 100th floor, 1,000 feet up. And Alfred's wondering, how the hell are you going to land? With little bits of bat wings, or batarangs if you will, shrapnel bat symbols, all embedded in his face. This is what takes us to the epilogue. Alfred Pennyworth had been chasing down a target before he came to Gotham, one that he'd been tracking for 5 years. A man who studied with Henry Ducard in France, then killed him, trained with the League of Assassins, and then killed them. Now he is in the wind. This is where we get the first glimpse of him. A man going by many names. Some call him Jack, some call him Arthur, but most refer to him as the Joker. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Scott Snyder bringing us one hell of a story. Absolutely loving this. And I love the role reversal we have here. The Joker is the billionaire playboy, if you will. He's the rich dude that spent his youth going around training with all these random people. Well, I won't say random. All the people that trained Batman in the universe that we know him in. Joker was trained by the same people, which is actually something we learned recently that still applies to this universe. But Joker's the one that's a billionaire. He's the one with the money, the resources, the power, and Bruce is kind of a nobody. I'm really interested in seeing how the dynamic plays out with his friends. Are they gonna become villains? Will they become Batman's enemies, but Bruce's best friend? There is so much potential here, and this is just the start of it because this is only Gotham. We have the Amazon that didn't grow up with any Amazons, a Superman that has a much different beginning, and a world that has been taken over by Darkseid. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with Batman stories, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with DC's Batman. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyal